Hey guys, it's Gingy Snaps. I'm here bringing you an updated V Premium Nightrose deck. Now, why is this different than the one I did last time with Sea Strolling Banshee? New cards, new playstyle. I found that I enjoy better. So I'm just gonna get right on into it. First off, starter Captain Nightkid. I share a lot of space with V and Premium, and I would prefer not to write Grenache twice and then separate the fact that one's V, one's not. So Captain Nightkid, for legal reasons, copium. Next up, obviously, the four Nightrose. It's never gonna be anything. It's never gonna be anything less than the 4 Nightrose. Main attacker. Main right target. If you kind of miss this, you're probably never gonna get back into the game if you misride Nightrose. So for that reason, we play 4 of it. Different than the last one. We're back up to 3 Skull Dragons. The argument was like you only need 2, but the more that I play 2, the more one of it ends up in the damage zone. And it peeves me off, so we're back to 3. Now you're more likely to see it off of Tommy or milling it off of Navigator, and just you have more ways of seeing it just by playing 1 extra copy. And then the attack extender that isn't Column Bard, Beatrice, because for Soul Blast you establish a second column, which is most likely the other dragon. Grade 2s, still 4 Column Bard, nothing really to say on this one. When place, you count blast 1, selective mill, call it, and then it's hard lock. 2 Greed Shade. I still like Greed Shade. I think the deck philosophy of going all gas, as you guys know already, is something that we can try to strive away from. Obviously, going all gas leads to quicker rounds, where like you're going to end a round quickly. So, you know, you can hang out with friends, get food, but I think there's more to deck building than just figuring out all gas and whatnot. But Greed Shade lets you filter out your hand to a degree. I mean, we've seen this ever since Glorious Justice came out, and Greed Shade is just I personally think it's a must-have. Now here's a new inclusion: 2 Ruin Shade. I've seen some lists run Ruin Shade, and why I like Ruin Shade is that if my opponent damage denies me going into my grade 2 ride, so being the turn that I would ride Column Bard and call Ghost Ship or Jesse, both of which we play at 1, by the way, but we'll get into that in a bit. If my opponent damage denies me, I can ride Ruin Shade and then start milling. I can mill if I don't see the Navigator in my opening turn. It is a 13k attacker, which if my opponent's grade 1, that's really only time it makes magic numbers on the ride-up. If you're on Nightrose and you mill 2, it goes from a 9 to a 13, and then if you have 10 and drop, it gets another 4k, so it goes from a 9 to a 13 to a 17, with Nightrose makes a 22k attack, which is magic number against, Protect clans, Excel clans, etc., etc. So that's why I like Ruin Shade. Is it the best card? No. But does it have applications? Yes. Because I'm not going to act like there aren't times where I don't find Navigator, and so having Ruin Shade as kind of like this slow-ish backup, I enjoy. Plus, if you're going to hit Nightrose, especially considering how it's becoming one of the best decks of V Premium lately, you choice restrict Navigator and Dragon, because Navigator accelerates the effectiveness of Dragon, which allows you to go all gas. But if you choice restrict Navigator and Dragon, you don't necessarily have that problem. You can ban Dragon, and it's like, okay, cool. We're gonna have to find better finishers now, which is like, okay, cool. But if you choice restrict Navigator and Dragon, it separates the problem of choice restricting, like Dragon and Nightrose, because you could just play Navigator, Dragon, Beatrice, and still kind of end up in that same position. Ghost Ship, because it's a 24 on Nightrose, it's a 29k attacker that draws you a card. Jesse, because you can kill rested rear guards in order to bring it back, and it countercharges you one, which is nice. And then Ghoul Dragon, because I'm going to respect the fact that Narukami, especially Eradicators, are in the format, and I want something in main deck to not auto lose against Narukami. So if I respect the matchup enough, I can go Columbard, call Ghoul Dragon, just so that I can keep getting it into rotation. Because, you know, you put 6 cards from Bind Zone into deck, which means, you know, you have more resources, you have more deck to mill. And it's also spot removal on attack, so you can kill, you know, like Beatrice, you know, that's just kind of sitting on your board, and then snipe a opponent's rear guard. So I like this. I enjoy this Grade 2 lineup. It's kind of awkward, but in the games that I've tested, Nightrose is surprisingly forgiving if you build it correctly. So it's really interesting to play Nightrose nowadays, because I feel like obviously there's like the all gas way, but just kind of like having this toolbox-ish aggro kind of approach, I really kind of enjoy. For Navigator, because obviously you're going to run for Navigator, I still enjoy playing Cutlass. It is a free body that countercharges you 1, and if you don't see the Beatrice, you're more likely going to see the Columbard, and between Nightrose and Columbard, if you want to get 5 attacks, that's 2 counterblast per turn, and so cards like Dancing Cutlass and Jessie just kind of help with that. It also binds itself, so if this ever gets bound for some reason, you can recycle your Dancing Cutlasses. 2 Tommies, because it's a Grade 3 Searcher. Negrobone, I kind of want to bump this up to 3, in all honesty, but 2's a nice number. And then 2 Dolph. This is a PG format, and I want to play as many crits as I can, and so I'm playing 12 crit, right? So just get this out of the way before I continue talking about Dolph. 2 of which are the Sentinel crits, and then the 4 heals. So this is the trigger lineup. Back to Dolph real quick. This is I enjoy having PGs, and I'm not going to act like there aren't going to be times where I miss the re-ride, but have to use the protect marker. So having a Grade 1 ride target that can dig me closer to anything that I need, whether it be Dragon, Beatrice, any of the one-ofs, is nice. It's a 7k, so I can swing under in the mirror match and just kind of call something down. If I hit the Dolph Navigator and, you know, something else to call off the Navigator, I can swing under in the mirror match and deny them the Columbard play. But 3, this is a PG that I can recur off of Greed Shade, and I think that's really nice, having the choice between a PG and a Sentinel crit is really good, in my opinion. I don't want to run draws, because I think you need as much pressure. It's the whole momentum argument, where if your opponent's at 4 and you don't check a trigger other than a draw, then kind of like your kill turn becomes a little bit lackluster. If you manage to check a crit, your turn becomes that much more threatening. Obviously, that's kind of what crits do. But I don't know. I enjoy the position that Dolph has in this deck, and I don't see myself cutting Dolph anytime soon. So that is it. For the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the setup. This is my remote fight setup, so be sure to stick around for remote fights coming up. So hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh! Other thing. If you have any YouTubers that you want to have for Vanguard quizzes, be sure to let me know in the comments. Alright. Now I'll let you go. Bye.